Hey YouTube, good morning. It's Sunday, daylight savings day, so hopefully you remember that your clocks went forward an hour. Of course, iPhones and everything else do it automatically. But hopefully you're not an hour late to worship service or Bible class today. So I guess I'll do a get ready with me. I just washed my brushes, so now they're all clean. And I'm just looking because it looks kind of glittery. But I think that's actually just the actual bristles on the brush. So let's get ready. I already washed my face and I found out that with two of my favorite drugstore foundations, I've been like, finding the perfect way to use everything, what works best for them. Um, it's best if I use them without a primer and without moisturizer. If I use them on bare, clean skin is when they work best. So now the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless is like one of my top favorite foundations because the color match I feel is dead on once it actually blends in and oxidizes to my skin tone. It is the perfect match. But today I'm going to wear the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in the color Cocoa. And I'm going to apply this in sections. So I'm just going to start in the areas that need the most coverage, which are the outsides of my face. I need to get more of both of these because, like, I'm using them. But yes, I found that with the Maybelline Matte Plus Poreless, when I apply it to my bare skin, it lasted so much longer and looked so much better. It didn't get oily, like, at all. And so I really, really liked that. I also set it with, like, mineral powder. And that also seemed to help it too. I really just focused the powder in the places, like in my T-zone and in the places that I get fine lines so that it would not crease. And that worked a lot better as well. As you can see with this foundation, it matches my skin pretty well since I have had my face covered. It's just a little bit more red slash orange than my natural skin tone is. So with foundation, without foundation, with foundation, without. But I just set it with a yellow tone powder, as you guys know, and it looks perfect. How do I always get foundation all over my hand and my body? I don't know. I don't understand. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. And I'm just gonna drag just one more sweep around. Making sure I get this side covered pretty good. Whatever's left, dab that under the chin. I also really like this foundation because it's in a squeezy bottle. The only thing I don't like about this is the price. It is on the more expensive side. It's about either $12.99 to $14.99 depending on where you buy it. But it's worth it because of the long-lasting power that it has. It's supposed to be a 24-hour wear. I haven't worn it for 24 hours, but I have no doubts that if you needed to, if you had to, it would still look amazing. And I love the corresponding powder. I'm just loving L'Oreal right now. Their foundations have been amazing for my skin. And their powders are the best drugstore powders I've used. And very soon I'll be going to haul some more makeup. Maybe not very soon, but before school ends, which is in like 6 weeks. This foundation does dry pretty quick, which is why I kind of did one half of my face at a time. Why you have to kind of go back and find the parts that weren't blended too good. And try and fix it, which sometimes doesn't go so well. Like I said, it sets really quick. So I need a little bit more on my forehead. I didn't put too much there. And this is supposed to give a semi-matte finish. And I agree that it does. It's like, it's pretty matte though. With like just a nice natural the slightest of sheen to it. And when you're building this foundation, you don't want to press as hard as the original layers that you put on. Kind of want to sweep and blend a little more gently on top of the previous layers. And I'm going to go in circles for this so that it blends seamlessly with what's already been applied. And like I said, it dries really fast. But yeah, I noticed that this foundation worked better with no primer and no moisturizer at the fashion show I had a little while ago. Or on, what day was that? That was Thursday. So I didn't even end up being in it, but that's a whole other story. But the girls who were doing my makeup were only 18 and 19 years old, and they're both, you know, Caucasian white girls, and they had never done like black girl makeup before. And the foundation colors that they had, which is why I say it's very important to bring your own little makeup bag, none of them matched me, and they tried to like mix some of their own, and I was like, this is kind of unsuccessful. I have my own foundation. Would you guys just like to do that? And they were like, yes. And so at this point, you know, I washed my face like 3 hours before this and moisturized 3 hours before. So by that time, you know, my natural oil is already built up on my skin because I have really oily skin. And they didn't even wipe my face off or anything. They just started to put makeup on. They didn't prime me or anything either before they started to put on their wrong foundation shade that they tried to mix. And I was like, just put my foundation over the top of it. It will make everything better, and it did. It actually looked really, really good, even though my skin was oily and had already had some foundation on it and some powder and a whole bunch of other stuff. They just put this right on top, and it worked out great. Alrighty. Gotta make sure there's no line there here. Because definitely cute. Alright. I'm pleased with this foundation. It's all blended in now. Now we're gonna go ahead and set it. And I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder, the corresponding powder that goes with the foundation, just in a different color. And this is 700 Classic Tan, and I've hit pan on this, and I really need to go get another one, because it's really hard to get out. And I just washed my brushes, and so it's a little bit damp. This brush is a little bit damp, so I hope it won't affect it applying powder. But for today, I wanted to wear purple. I've been wearing purple a lot to church, actually. I think I wore purple last week, if I'm not mistaken. But when it gets warm outside, I really just want to wear like bright colors and things. I wore bright blue lipstick yesterday. You can see those pictures on Instagram wearing my favorite NYX Wicked Lippy in the color Envy. Some of my favorites. And a lot of people really like that look. I love that look. I just love to be like, you know, bold. I don't like to blend in. I enjoy standing out. I don't know, it's just my personality. I have a very bold personality. And I like my makeup to reflect that. Alrighty, so I'm almost done. I'm doing pretty light powder. You know, usually I go in with the powder, but there's hardly any left to go in with. I'm just gonna hitting the cheeks. Here are the spots where you get most oily again. Which is my eyelids, eyebrows, forehead, nose, and chin for me. And don't forget to hit under your chin. Like I said, I've hit pan on this, as you can see. I need to really go get another one. But I love this powder. This one doesn't cover as much as the L'Oreal True Match powder, but you can put as much as you want and it doesn't look cakey. That's what I really love about this one. It's like never gonna look cakey. It just makes it look flawless. I have some on my hand, which is really dry. So yesterday I did something I don't normally do, and yesterday I did not highlight or contour powder at all. I literally just put on the foundation and set it, and kind of just let my bone structure kind of speak for itself. And I think I'm going to do that again today, for the sake of time. Wipe off the jewelry. Alright, so now that everything's set, time to go to brows. So I'm not going to contour or anything today. I'm just going to, it kind of looks like it a little bit just because of the face shape. And the way that I set my powder, I start in the middle first. And the powder I use is a yellow tone. It's a little bit lighter than my natural skin tone. So I'm not going to contour, highlight, or anything like that. Even though I do love contouring and I want to invest in some more things. So maybe a contour kit or something. But yeah, once you set this, it's not going to go anywhere. And it just looks really, really good on the skin. As you can see. And yesterday I didn't do any blush either. I just went really simple and like everyone really loved the look. And I think with makeup sometimes I have to remind myself that less is more. Got some makeup in my hairs. Look at my hair, guys. I feel like it's already growing. Even though it's only been a week and like a day. And that is, I just applied black eyeliner pencils, you guys know. One of the girls I'm friends with on Facebook, I went to high school with her. She posted on Instagram like a little picture from like one of those websites that makes a lot of memes, and it was like, um, I still have eyebrows when I wash my makeup off. Do you? And I was like, barely. This is the truth. I barely have eyebrows when I wash my makeup off. They're just super thin. But I just think it's funny how people have like tried to like eyebrow shame people nowadays. Like that's really a thing, eyebrow shaming. So what if people have thin eyebrows? So what if people draw their eyebrows in? Let them do them. Let them be who they are. Not everyone is blessed with flourishing natural eyebrow hairs, okay? I'm not one of those people. Neither of my parents really have eyebrows actually. Which I find quite funny. But that's okay because I can create some. Using what's already there as a guideline so they don't look ridiculous. Alrighty. Foundation and brows are done. Now onto the eyes. I really want to do purple today. Really feeling some purple. Like I said, I'm not going to do anything much with face. No blush, no bronzer. Just gonna, keep it really simple. So I'm going to be using this Black Radiance palette. This is my favorite purple palette. And I don't know the name of it, but this is what I'm going to use. And I'm going to use this light shimmery purple on the lid, and it's on the left hand side of the palette, and it says eyelid on it, so this one. Or not, because it's not really showing it. Okay. As you can see, it's not really showing up on my skin. It's cool though. So I'm going to focus on the very innermost part of my eye then. And we'll do like an ombre effect. I'm also applying it in the tear duct area and the inner 1/3 of my eye. So that's how that's looking. Let's go to the other eye. And it's gotten a little wet from my tears, which I think is helping the color. I'm not crying, but my eyes do water a lot when I do my eye makeup, especially in the winter. And so that's really helping the color go on a little bit better on this eye. Alrighty, this eye has more like shimmery to it. This always happens. One eye is always like a little bit more shimmy, a little bit brighter than the other eye. That's okay. So with the same brush, I'm going to take the, I'm going to take the eyelid color, the crease color from that same side right here, which is a little bit of a deeper purple, and apply that to the center of my lid. It's like a cool tone purple. And I don't remember the color payoff being not so good on these shadows. Usually you can see it just fine. Part of it is that my lighting isn't that great, but I can see the colors, so barely. So I'm gonna pat some more of this purple on the center of my lid. Let me dust some of this off. And now I'm going to take the crease color from the opposite side and use that on the outer portion of the eye with the same brush for now. I'm just going to apply a very little bit because it's really dark. I don't know if you can see the gradient effect, maybe just a little bit. So that's how that looks crazy right now. Now I'm going to use this brush and the eyelid color from the other side, which is this pretty purple. And I'm going to use that to blend everything together and blend out the crease. I'm just gently tapping the brush in there and using just a little bit. And now this has gotten a little too spooky, but that's okay. And I'm using this color that I'm using to blend everything out. I'm also applying some of that to the outer corner, outer V area to help lighten it up a little bit. Because now it's looking a little too smoky for church, but that's okay. I might just do like a nude lip or a light purple lip because we don't want to look too much for church. Now I'm going to be taking the color that I used to blend out the crease, this purple, and I'm applying this to the center of my bottom lash line. And then I'm going to use the crease color that I use on the outermost part of my eye. This dark purple right here. It's almost black. And I'm going to apply that just to the outermost portion of my bottom lash line. Like so. It's really hard to see these purples. Sorry, my nose is running. Okay, I'm going to blend out the crease one more time. And I'm not going to do any liner with this look because it's going to get way too dark and look way too nighttime for church. So that is it for the eyes. And on the lips, I'm going to wear, I have mine, that's the lipsticks. I think I'm going to mix Revlon Berry Hot, which looks like this. It's a pretty purple. With a little bit of Black Radiance Plum Orchid, which looks like this. So they're the same, but one's a little bit darker. Oh, I forgot I broke this, so this looks like it's broken. So this is Revlon Berry Hot. And this This is Plum Orchid from Black Radiance. I'm kind of going on the outside of the red bottle. Oh, that's a foundation on my. That means lipstick on my face. I really love these two lipsticks mixed together. Alright, so that's basically the finished look. Very purple, a little smoky. I was inspired by spring. My eyes are not looking as bright as I wanted them to be and as light as I wanted them to be, but I'm loving the lips. So yeah, maybe I'll wear my glasses and hide the eyes. Anyways, thanks for watching this purpley spring inspired makeup look with a very simple face, no blush, no bronzer, no anything, just foundation and powder. Just let the face speak for itself. Some people say that my face looks kind of flat. It doesn't have as much dimension, but I don't want to go overboard, especially since the eyes came out like this. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, YouTube.